And good morning, everybody. It's time now for Putnam County Today here on 94.3 WREB. With us this morning, John Anderson with the SAWS program. And John, I think first off, let's talk a little bit and let people know what you guys do and how that all works. I think a lot of people still kind of wonder what SAWS program is.
Absolutely. That's one of our biggest concerns, is our message is getting out to the public. Every year, well, let's back up. Our mission is to build handicap ramps for the handicapped in Putnam County, primarily those that can't afford to purchase a ramp.
Right.
We normally there's absolutely no charge for these ramps. We never charge for labor. We do have some programs where they can contribute, but there's still no labor charge. This will be our 6th year of building these ramps. The first year was more of a setup because our first ramp, the gentleman passed away before we got it built. However, as it went on, we've built 71 ramps now.
Wow.
In the actual 4 years of being active, okay? Last year we built 23. We'd like to do 30 this year, okay?
Pretty good.
So we want to get our message out. We ask our friends and neighbors, tell your neighbor. You know, everybody doesn't read the newspaper. Heck, most people don't listen to the radio much.
Exactly.
They listen to your radio. So.
Yeah, exactly.
But then I run into people asking me, they'll see us on a job and they'll want to know about it, and they'll say, I say, don't you read the paper? No. Do you listen to the radio? No. Well, that's where we start saying we want to get our message out more. So we've got flyers going around. We mailed to all the churches, and yes, we're looking for donations to help us because. As we talked before, John, there's 3 things that I have to have.
That's right.
Our group called SAWS has to have, and it's work.
Right.
This time of year, we're always with you saying, hey, we're out there, people, come SAWS. Right. We need volunteers to do the work, and we need funding.
Right.
Okay? And those are the three things we work the hardest on. And so here we are, starting another year. Looking out the window today, you wouldn't be knowing it.
Exactly.
But we have 6 ramps on our books already for this year.
Great.
So we're hoping we can get some people interested. We're hoping we can get some funding. And there'll be another year of helping these people. I always like to tell the story, I know I've told you this every year, that Medicare, some kind of care, insurance, will buy a handicapped person the neatest wheelchair you've ever seen.
Right.
In fact, we've seen some of them in our recipients that had racing stripes on the side, and they're really beautiful, but it won't buy them a ramp.
Right.
And so they can ride it around their living room. And that is not a joke. We've run onto that so many times. The people are just sitting in their house. They said, well, I can run back to the kitchen and back, but I can't get out of the house.
Right.
And the one thing that a lot of people don't realize, it isn't only the recipient of the ramp that we help, it's those people that are helping the recipient.
That's right.
We really help. So when I say I built 23 ramps last year, I probably helped out over 100 people.
That's true.
Each one of those people before we got there had someone that would pick that chair up and get them out of the house and bring them back.
Right.
Suddenly they're free. We have people we built ramps for who now go downtown on their own. The senior center downtown,
right.
I'll put a plug in for them.
Sure.
They have all kinds of people that we've built ramps for that come down there on their wheelchairs to have lunch and all that stuff. So it isn't just the matter of building a ramp. It's what this thing does is it grows.
That's true. And I think that's one of the number one things people who are wheelchair bound and stuff, their number one complaint is, I can't get out and do things for myself unless somebody's here to help. And the nice thing about you guys, like you were saying, they can now get out, go downtown shopping, they can stop by the senior center, farmers markets on the weekend, they can attend that as well. It just opens up a whole new world to them.
And plus it frees up all these people that they've been depending on.
Right.
Okay? The other thing that I always like to point out, and I don't think I said it, our mission is part of the Greencastle Presbyterian Church.
Right.
I should have started out there. It's called SAWS, which stands for Servants at Work. And I will put a little plug of how that name, if you read, for instance, in the book of Matthew, when Jesus is charging his disciples, he said, God's work is serving others.
Right.
And so SAWS stands for Servants at Work. Okay. And we always like to point that out. So we're trying to help everyone we can.
Now, I know last year you guys had a dinner or something. Are you planning on stuff like that this year?
Yes, we will. We have what we call our kickoff meal that will happen on I'm thinking April the 5th.
Okay.
And we get together and we have a meal, and she just corrected me, April the 6th.
Okay.
I'm sorry, April the 6th. I'm challenged when it comes to calendar.
I understand.
Anyway, April the 6th, a Sunday, and we have it at church, Greencastle Presbyterian Church on Round Barn Road. It'll start probably 11:30. It's anyone interested can come. We have a free offering. We have our big bucket. It's a nail bucket.
Okay.
Actually, a screw bucket. A good point that I always like to point out. Last year we drove over 27,000 screws building the ramps we built. And so it's quite a mission. We for the first time last year, this was exciting. We started getting volunteers from DePaul.
Great.
There's a group there called Rotaract. I'll put a plug in for the Rotary now. That they have a group of volunteers that work in the community, and we've got a group of them that want to build ramps, and they're excellent workers.
Great.
They're just great to have them. And so we're starting to get our volunteers. We're starting to get our work, but we really need people to help. And I know money's tight and the economy's not that good, but hey, if you could send us $10,
Yeah.
great. We don't care.
Every little bit helps.
If you're interested in it or you need a ramp, you can call our church office at 765-653-5713. I remembered it this year.
Okay.
Or you can go to email and get it church office at synergymetro.net.
Okay.
A young lady named Carol will answer the phone and probably will be talking to me shortly.
Okay.
And so we're asking the community to help us again this year.
Sounds like a great plan, and sounds like you got your summer already filled, or pretty much already planned.
I go through this every year, and I get this feeling, well, what if we don't fill up? What if we don't fill up? And the first time it starts to get warm, the phone starts ringing, and then I go through well, can we afford to build all these ramps?
Right.
That's my next thing. And then I speak to our pastor, Wes Kendall, and he says, don't worry, God will provide. And over the years, God has provided. We've never had to call someone up and say, we don't have the money to build a ramp.
That's great. That's great.
But God provides in different ways. Another favorite story, there's thousands of them. We were building a ramp for a lady, and I told her that story, and I said, but God doesn't have a checkbook. And she looked at me right now, and she said, but he knows a lot of people that do.
That's true. That is true.
And so we always like to tell that story. So,
well, it's always great to have you guys come in. Want to encourage people if they need a ramp to get a hold of you, or if they want to help work out, maybe send you $10 or $15. What's the phone number again people can call?
765-653-5713.
All right. Well, we look forward to another great year, and of course we'll have you back throughout the summer, kind of checking the progress as it comes along. John, it's always a pleasure to have you in here. We wish you guys the best of luck this year.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to come.
All right. Don't forget, if you're a nonprofit group or community organization and you'd like some free airtime here on WREB, you too can be a part of Putnam County Today. All you need to do is give us a call at 653-9717.